Just in case the Americans are listening and don't understand the terminology that I just used,
Yes.
I'll repeat it. American sports are shit. The only way to make the Olympics fair is to not have any drugs testing. You can take what you want. Everyone's allowed to take the same stuff, and the best person will win.
Yes.
But imagine if you had to smoke like 2 spliffs before the 4x100 meters. Do you know what I mean? That'd be brilliant. You'd be like passing a baton over to your mate, just looking at it, thinking it looked a bit weird, and then remember you had to pass it over to him. And then you'd start giggling because you were supposed to pass it over and you forgot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And then the third leg would be in the fridge somewhere because he's got the munchies.
You get there to pass it over, and he's like, oh shit, sorry. He comes running back onto the track with a massive bag of Watsits. Just in case Usain Bolt and his lawyers are listening to that is Baz's personal opinion and not the opinion of the podcast.
But that can fuck off as far as I'm concerned. That's ridiculous.
Hello, and welcome to the Mildly Controversial podcast. This week is a sports special. Now, don't worry if you're not into sport, it's not going to be that kind of show. It's basically going to be, we've done a few mildly controversial opinions related to sport. So Baz came up with the idea of doing an entire episode of just sports-related, mildly controversial opinions. So this is that. Hello, everybody. This is Mike from the future. We've just finished recording the sports episode, and I wanted to come back and say, if you're not really into sport, it's still really good anyway, because we don't talk any sense or any actual valid opinions about sport. We just talk shit about sport. So stay tuned, carry on listening. It's a very, very good episode. Thank you. Goodbye. But before we get on, Baz, I do need to make an apology, and I do need to apologise to one of our viewers stroke listeners.
Ooh. On
Facebook, Carla K. Polvado Sharp.
Great name.
Who said, good God, take a breath and let Baz in.
What?
Good God, take a breath and let Baz in. My reply to that was, I'm the host of the podcast, it's my job to talk. We'll be doing one of in a couple of weeks where Baz is running it. So, so Carla, you'll have to wait for a couple of weeks. But I will endeavour to let you speak more, Baz, because I've taken feedback.
That might be a massive mistake.
It sounds like a huge error, but I'm giving the people what they want, or the person what she wants. So Carla, I will try and let Baz speak a little bit more. Someone's got a favourite.
I'm not going to talk at all now. Just sit here in silence with the face on.
Thank
you, appreciate that. But I genuinely always think that I talk. I mean, like, yeah, the only thing is when we get a guest in.
Sorry, Baz, can I just stop you there?
Yeah.
Carry on.
I was going to say, it's one of those things where we get a guest in. I think it's important to sort of sit back and let them say stuff. But hey, you're the talker. I'm the kind of strong, silent, the weak, the fat, silent type.
I'm the driver. You're the co-driver.
Yeah.
So it's we can't both drive, but we'll try.
I use the mirrors a lot.
You just read the pace notes. Look, we've gone sport already, Baz.
Exactly.
Without even trying. That's amazing. We're good at this. So yeah, we're going to start with some mildly controversial opinions related to sport, and then we're going to have a little bit of a quiz.
Yeah, we'll have a quiz, don't we?
Silly little quiz. It's going to be silly. So again, if you're not into sport, you could probably join in with these two because they are a bit bonkers, although they are sports related.
And I need to say as well that in research, which is usually from the internet, I've tried to. We both always try to make sure that the answers are correct, but obviously they are prone to misinterpretation or the internet.
Yeah, well, Baz, it sounds like you care more than I do. When it gets to my quiz, I couldn't give a shit if the answers are right or not. I'm the quizmaster on my section, so I will decide. And it's the quizmaster's decision is final or whatever. Right, Baz. Just for Carla, I'm going to let you go first and say your first mildly controversial opinion.
Right, okay. So I was looking at some of the sports that are going to be in the Olympics in 2024. And each time the Olympics runs, they introduce new sports. So over the years, they've brought in, various different things, like snowboarding was quite a recent one in the Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
But here's a list of of 4 that are going to be in the next Olympics. And I'm going to read them, and then we'll discuss the one that stands out. So, sport climbing, which is the rock wall type stuff that I seem to be, which is pretty good.
That's mint, that is.
I've seen the speed stuff, brilliant.
They look like scalded cats whizzing up the outside of the wall, don't they?
Well, they go up together and then some. Yeah. So anyway, that's good.
Brilliant.
Skateboarding, which I'm surprised hasn't been an Olympic sport anyway, because it's been around for a long time.
I think it was a demonstration sport last time, wasn't it? That's what it was.
And then surfing, which is which I always thought was. They don't do so. It actually hasn't been, but the one that stands out the most, and I don't know if you know this one, break dancing. So I'm going to first of all say I didn't realise it was a sport. I thought it was dancing. So
absolutely.
So it just. Don't get me wrong, I love breakdancing. I think it's amazing. And even going back to when it first sort of blew up, it was fantastic. And I couldn't get enough of watching it. Could never do it because it's fucking physically, you've got to be physically fit. So I can imagine that the breakdancing that's going to be in the Olympics will be absolutely mind-blowing.
Yeah.
But it's dancing.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah. Look, I also love breakdancing. I used to do a little bit. I was shit, but I used to do a little bit. When I say used to do a little bit, I used to walk around with my mate. My mate had a rich dad and had a massive boombox. Yeah. And I just carried the lino.
You got the lino, right?
There you go. Yeah, lino or cardboard boxes, but we went lino because we were posh. Anyway, well, he was.
What do you reckon?
So yeah, I'm massively into breakdancing, and I didn't know this, Baz. So this is quite nice because you get my immediate thoughts on this one. Immediate thought is, what the fuck's that doing in the Olympics? It was my genuine first thought, and then it's kind of like I'm just trying to think of similar sort of artistic things that need judges.
Yeah, I thought of this too.
So you've got things like rhythmic gymnastics.
Yeah.
You've got figure skating.
Ice dance,
yeah. So you've got those. I mean, obviously that's harder because you're on ice.
Yeah. And also it's connected to ice skating, which is a sport, right?
It is a sport, yeah. So yeah, and rhythmic gymnastics again is related to the sport of gymnastics, but essentially they're judging. They're giving people a mark on how they can waggle a ribbon around and dance to music. So yeah, it doesn't feel like a sport in the slightest. But yeah, I am. I think I'm as intrigued as I am excited to watch it.
Yeah, but it's mad, though, isn't it?
It's bonkers. Look, I think I've made my mind up, Baz. It's not a fucking sport.
But modern breakdancing is dead weird because there's a lot of gymnastics in it because you get guys that can do a whole thing where they don't even touch the floor part with their hands. Yeah. They do head spins and I think it's even open to some guys who've got disability that don't have the use of their legs properly, that just literally use their upper body to make amazing kind of shapes. But it's not a sport, is it? Let's be clear.
It's not.
It's not even related to a sport.
It's not. And it's It's only mildly controversial if you're into breakdancing and you want to win a fucking medal.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's the only reason it's got in. Because it's definitely not a sport, Baz.
No, cool. I'm glad we established that.
That's a very quick one. Because we were straight in with that one. It's like, nah, that's bollocks. That's so obviously bollocks that it's that it's a very quick one there.
But I was trying to think of other things that you could put in as Olympics which are kind of related to that sort of break dancing one. I mean, there isn't a dancing one, is there? So there's no
ballroom dancing.
Yeah.
That's the same sort of thing. You judged on I presume, the artistic interpretation and skill level and all that in ballroom dancing, the same as you are in break dancing. But yeah, I hope that doesn't get in the Olympics.
Yes,
as well, because
there's enough of that already.
Yeah, because Strictly's proven that you can be pretty good pretty quickly at that, so it's not an Olympic sport.
Yeah. Because before you know it, you'll have the masked singer or the masked dancer going up there, won't you?
There you go. Yeah. Exactly. Singing
Yes.
will be in the Olympics next. If fucking dancing is.
Oh, we got a chance then, Mike. We're going as a duo.
That's it. We're like Ant and Dec. Or PJ and Duncan.
Yes.
I'll be in my PJs and you.
I'll be Duncan.
Dunking biscuits. In your cocoa. I don't know. Anyway.
Go on, what you got?
Right. Okay, my first mildly controversial opinion, Baz.
Yeah.
American sports are shit.
See, I was a bit worried about this because obviously I put the thing out on Facebook asking if people actually listen to the podcast.
Yes.
And quite a few were Americans, so they didn't get get a lot of the terminology that we use. And I said, oh, look, we talk about America quite a lot. And you've gone straight in.
Yeah, exactly. And just in case the Americans are listening and don't understand the terminology that I just used,
yes,
I'll repeat it. American sports are shit.
Yes, okay.
I've got a case to build here, Baz, because I'm pretty sure that plenty of our listeners are quite resistant to accept what I've just said. Yeah. Basically, it revolves around the fact that there are 4 main sports in USA, and those 4 main sports are pretty much only played by people in America.
Yeah, and they're all based on sports which we already played anyway, right?
And if they were any good, the whole world would play them.
Yes.
Yeah?
Exactly.
Like rugby, cricket, football.
Yeah.
Football being the main one, but
Tennis.
cricket is another one. Exactly.
Yeah.
Tennis is another one. Very good example, Baz. Well done. I did deliberately mean that to sound as patronising as it was, so that was deliberate. So the point is, don't get me wrong, I played basketball at school and I loved it, and I watched a lot of basketball in what I class as its heyday.
Yes.
In late 80s, early 90s. So,
Harlem Globetrotters.
No, not the Harlem Globetrotters. They should be in the Olympics for basketball dancing.
Yes, that's there you go.
Yes. So yeah, I'm into it. You know, I'm not. It's not that I hate the sport. I just think if all 4 of those sports, so basketball is clearly, the dream team and the USA Olympic team. Once they let the professionals in the Olympics, they proved how miles better they are than everybody else in every country in the world, because very few other countries play at any sort of level.
Yeah, but they have been beaten by other countries, haven't they?
Yeah, but it's rare, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Because there are some East European countries, and China, I think, are into it and things like that. But yeah, ultimately it's an American sport played pretty much only by Americans.
Yeah,
baseball the same. You've got some Canadian teams. They play
Japanese,
in like Japan and stuff. Yeah. And things like that, but that's just rounders for grown-ups.
Yep.
And then you've got ice hockey, which is USA and Canada. I've watched some in Eastern Europe.
Yep.
So my uncle lives in Czechia, and we watched a few games there. So I'm aware that it's played, but ultimately it's an American sport played. The vast majority is played in America.
Yeah.
And then the other one is American football, where you very rarely touch the ball with your fucking foot.
Yes.
So I don't think we need to go too much into that one.
So that one's a really good one, because off the top of my head, I know it's played in other countries as a bit of fun, but there's no national. There's not, as far as I know, there isn't a decent another country's team that is any good, right?
No, there was a European league for a while, and then it was like London had a team in there, Barcelona had a team, and things like that. But it was all tin pot. Same as the basketball. There are teams in the UK, but they're all tin pot, played in front of very few people. The players are paid next to nothing. That is my justification, Baz, for saying that American sports are shit. That nobody outside of America is really that into them.
Yeah, I'd probably put up a case for ice hockey and basketball, because they're the only 2 that I know that the US has a team.
Yes.
Whereas there isn't a combined US American football team, is there? As far as I know, that plays the rest of the world, is there?
Yeah. Well, do you know what? I think let's expect in 2028 American football to be a demonstration sport at the Olympics.
There you go. He's got breakdance.
So the Americans were like, because the Americans don't win enough fucking medals at the Olympics. They might as well.
And there's not a US baseball team, as far as I know.
I don't think. Well, like I said, there's no other countries that are that good at. But yeah, no, I'll take your point. I'll take your point on ice hockey.
Yeah.
Because that is played at international level and is an Olympic sport and things like that.
Yeah.
So, but ultimately, yeah, their four main sports. The rest of the world's pretty much not interested. I mean, they probably watch it played in America, but aren't interested enough to play it themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, American sports are shit. Well done. Yes. Well done, me.
I was trying to think actually while you were saying that the main four, if there were any other sports, but I suppose in the women's sport endeavour, like soccer, football is quite high up there, isn't it? They've had a pretty decent team.
Yeah.
But it's only the women's, isn't it? So it's a much bigger sport for women.
And I think in America they're losing interest now. They're not as good as they were, or now that everybody else is caught up. Now there's a professional league in England.
Yes,
and England have got much better.
Yeah,
I think that might be like, well, maybe that's what it is. Maybe Americans are only into sports that they are far better than the rest of the world at.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe that's what it is. That's why they're not that into women's football anymore.
There you go. So anyway, US listeners, I expect to see you in the comments.
Give us a justification for any of the four sports that I just said. Go on, I dare you.
Right, I want to talk about tennis because we've spoken about tennis like before, but we never really got into the depths of primarily the fucking stupid scoring system. So ostensibly it could just be 1, 2, 3, right?
Could
and
be.
Then 4. But
that's right, Baz. 4 after 3.
It goes 15, 30, 40, right?
Yep.
Doesn't make no sense either. So it should be 15, 30, 60 if you're going to do it properly.
Or 15, 30, 45.
Yeah, that would also make sense, wouldn't it? Why can't you just have 1, 2, 3?
Exactly.
Because it's 3 points, isn't it, that you win?
ABC makes more sense than 15, 30, 40, mate.
Yeah, exactly. But obviously, numbers, you win 3 points, and then the fourth one is you win the game, right?
I don't get it, Baz.
Yeah.
Again, or it could be 10, 20, 30.
Yes.
That makes sense.
But also, love being the 0.
Yeah.
So I read on this is the one I was most interested
in. And juice.
Juice is obviously French for... Oh.
Juice.
Yeah, 2, isn't it? Deuce. Deuce.
Well, in tennis in France, they call it égalité, which means even.
Okay. So
or equality.
Juice must just be...
So I don't know. Yeah. Juice sounds like a French word, but I don't know I don't know why it's used there.
So anyway, love is supposedly from the French l'œuf for egg. Which looks
because a 0 looks like an egg.
But that can fuck off as far as I'm concerned. That's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, I've listened to your argument, Baz, but I refuse to agree that the scoring system in tennis is bonkers, because a scoring system that goes egg, 15, 30, 40 is not bonkers. Yeah. It's perfectly normal.
The only bit that makes any sense is advantage.
Yes.
Slightly. But then that doesn't make a lot of sense either.
No, exactly.
You've got the advantage to then get a point which doesn't exist.
Then go back to égalité.
Yes, exactly.
If you lose the point. Yeah, it is weird, isn't it?
But once again, it's there's quite a few terms. So the other one I want to discuss before we move on to your next one is rugby. When you score a point, it's called a try.
Yes, fucking just. Look.
Why is it called a try? Surely it should be whatever the difference in a try is.
Baz, in this section, people might not know, but I don't like rugby. It's not that I'm really against it. If I'll watch the odd game, but it just I can't be arsed with it. I'm just not into it at all. So anything you say in this section, Baz, about rugby that says rugby's fucking stupid, I'm all in. It doesn't matter what it is. So, the try thing. Yeah, I was like, did you score? Yes, I scored 2 tries. Oh, you tried twice. How many did you score?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I scored 2 tries. Yeah, I know you tried twice, but how many did you actually score? It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, try is weird, isn't it?
Yeah, try is the weirdest one because you're not trying, are you? You've already tried and then you've passed. Succeed. It should be called a succeed.
How many succeeds did you score?
Yes, exactly.
I scored 3 succeeds. Well done.
Yes.
And how many tries did it take you to get a succeed?
22.
There you go. If anyone knows the origin of the word try, we could Google it, but we can't be asked. So just stick it in the comments section.
Yeah, it's more fun this way.
And we'll read it there.
Yeah.
Very good, Baz. Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
All of the things you said before are stupid.
Yeah. They make no sense.
I think is the summary of that section there. All right, my next one. The only way to stop cheating in the Olympics is to not have any drugs testing.
Yeah.
So basically, anyone can take anything because under the current system, where there are where certain substances are banned,
Yep.
and they test for people who've had those substances, we're in a world now where the people who want to, there's so much at stake with competition that they're way ahead of the testers. So people in certain athletic events and certain sports will be using stuff that they don't test for because they don't know about yet.
Yeah.
Right? So that is inequality because that some people are exposed to that and some aren't. So that's inequality, so it's not a level playing field.
Yep.
The only way to make the Olympics fair is to not have any drugs testing. You can take what you want. Everyone's allowed to take the same stuff, and the best person will win.
Yes. So weirdly, I've genuinely had this discussion before that there should be 2 Olympics because obviously you set that rule. There'll be a lot of people that are like, oh, yeah, I don't want to take drugs. You know, I'm quite happy to train and run, but I'd like to be up against other people that like to train and run. It's like, so you're aware of the sport of bodybuilding.
Yes, I am. Yes.
Yeah. So there are actual, because it's steroids aren't illegal, but you're not supposed to take steroids.
Yeah.
But there are natural federations of bodybuilding, as you also know. So everybody else who competes in bodybuilding is quite happy that the fact that there's some guys who win it will take fuckloads, and others are a bit more scared and they'll just take a bit. And then there's another whole load of people that don't want to take drugs and they just want to compete naturally. But there's also an echelon of people in there where you have to be test drug free for a certain period of time. So it's not like you've never taken drugs, but you have to have not taken drugs for a while. So I think the Olympics should be run on the same thing. So you should have the drug Olympics where you can take whatever you like, and then over here you got the natties who are people that genuinely and let's face it, that'd probably still be the biggest side of stuff because I genuinely believe most people who are sporting, who do athletics don't take drugs.
Yeah, only because they're not allowed to.
Oh yeah, no, but I think there's a massive section of people that wouldn't take them because they just wouldn't be comfortable taking steroids or any other sort of.
I'd be far more interested in watching the Olympics where you could take whatever you want.
Oh yeah, but like you say, I think as in bodybuilding, that would be the biggest part of it because the biggest competition, the Olympia, is those guys on there. For want of a better term, are freaks.
Yes.
And also, the records that have been set for the 100 meters, particularly highlight that one, is freakish.
Yes.
I'm not suggesting that Usain Bolt has ever taken drugs. But he's taken drugs. There's no 2 ways.
Just in case Usain Bolt and his lawyers are listening to that is Baz's personal opinion and not the opinion of the podcast.
Oh yeah, no, but I also didn't say which drugs he's taken either. So I'd like to have a guess out there.
Paracetamol.
I didn't say performance enhancing at the start of that, but yes.
Advil.
Yes,
because it's America.
No, I agree. But you could imagine if they literally took the reins off. And all the athletes, what times and what records. Imagine all of the sports would be like massively different, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
The long jump would be fucking as long as a triple jump, wouldn't it? So,
you'd have to make the stadium longer for the long jump. But I think they could, similar to what we said when we said that Formula One will be interesting if you were forced to have drinks beforehand.
Yeah.
I think can you imagine? I've definitely not come up with this idea. I think I've heard something similar to this before anyone has a go at me.
Yeah.
But imagine if you had to smoke like 2 spliffs before the 4x100 meters. Do you know what I mean? That'd be brilliant. You'd be like passing a baton over to your mate, just looking at it, thinking it looked a bit weird, and then remember you had to pass it over to him, and then you'd start giggling because you were supposed to pass it over and you forgot.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And then the third leg would be in the fridge somewhere because he's got the munchies.
You get there to pass it over, and he's like, oh shit, sorry. He comes running back onto the track with a massive bag of Watsits.
I know, but as you said, actually, I just remember what you said about the drink driving and the Formula One. Yeah, you imagine like loads of sports, if any sport where you had to drink first.
Yes. You had to fail a drink driving test,
yes,
to be able to compete. So unless your blood alcohol or unless your alcohol levels are high enough, you don't get to start whatever it is.
But it's kind of weird, isn't it? Because like we've mentioned two sports before where drinking, even at a professional, at the upper level, was completely okay. Snooker and darts.
Yes.
And smoking for both those as well. So,
yes.
These high-level athletes...
Sorry, I thought you were saying smoking was another one of the sports. It was like darts, snooker and smoking were the 3 main sports where you used to be able to drink.
But it's mad, isn't it? Like, literally the world's like premier tournament back in the 70s, then both competitors in the final would be smoking and drinking and then popping up to play, a few frames of snooker.
I'm better at pool when I've had a few pints, Baz.
Same,
You know what I mean? I think, it's just I think you should be allowed.
But going back to that thing as well, because as you said as well, there's a lot of, the bigger nations get round stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
So even when you had EPOs, which were the kind of the drug of choice because they weren't they couldn't be detected in the tests. And like I say, there's probably some other PED now that's being used that they haven't worked out a test to find yet. So it's just staying ahead of the curve, isn't it?
They're way ahead.
Yeah. So put everything on the table and just go, right, fuck it. Let's see how fast you can run.
And do you imagine how much the IOC would save? Or WADA, if WADA wasn't a thing, and there was we don't need to test all that. We don't need to spend all that time and money testing to make sure that people aren't taking the drugs we know about.
Yeah,
so let them take what they want.
Yeah,
it'd be amazing.
I want to talk in general about boxing because boxing used to be like the one of the highest single person sports that you'd get, or the most revered one. And obviously it's a fucking joke at the minute, isn't it? So it's like, this is the worst thing about it. I used to quite like it in the day when you'd have the world the best boxers in the world all fighting each other to get to that world champion thing, and you generally would end up with 2 of the best boxers fighting each other. Whereas now you get fucking YouTubers and ex martial artists fighting for titles. I think it's just gone to the point. I don't know why it's just an all think. Maybe it's just boxing. It's just got to the thing now. So do you remember the thing years ago? There used to be a question: look, would you get in? How much money would it take you to get in the ring with Mike Tyson? I was like, no, no amount of money because you'd end up with a brain injury.
Yeah.
These days, I'd get in with all of them for £1 million.
Keep growing your socials, Baz. You might get a chance.
No, I don't think. Fortunately, I'm never going to be big enough to do an influencers boxing match because that'd be a joke. But so what do you reckon? Are you interested in boxing at all?
Yeah, I am. And do you know what? It's back in the day, it used to, like you say, be like heavyweight championship of the world used to be the best and the best of the best.
Yeah.
Whereas now, it's not just the YouTube thing. I'll come on to that in a sec. But it's because there's so many different belts now. And it's like you've got mandatory challenger over here and you've got this over here. And you don't necessarily get the best 2 boxers fighting each other anymore.
Yeah. You used to get unification, didn't you? Yeah.
You can get 2 boxers that can go their entire career lauding it that they're world champion and nobody knows who was the best out of the 2 of them.
Yeah. Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? Just because they had to fight different people, or usually because they couldn't agree a price between the two of them. And he's go, all right, well, I'll fight him over there then, and I'll keep my belt instead of fighting you against. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I think there's a lot of that knocking about.
And some people have literally gone, well, all right, I've got 2 belts, I'll give this one up because I don't want to fight them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So that's a bit of a silly one. But yeah, the YouTuber thing, I don't mind it, to be honest. I don't watch any of it.
Yeah.
But I just think, look, it is that sport. It's that sport. It's a bit like the you've got the YouTuber football, the charity football game, that's watched by more kids than like Premier League matches.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
the YouTuber boxing is as well, isn't it? It's watched by more people.
Yeah. And that's it. I'm not, and that's my only thing. I mean, as a, from a boxing purist point of view, it'll be shit quality.
Yeah.
But in terms of getting more people watching the sport, then getting famous people to jump in the ring and and fight, I don't know. It's I don't care enough about boxing to get het up about which way it's going to go. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's going to be good for boxing because it's going to get a whole new generation of people into boxing through that then go into these are the actual proper professional ones. Or whether it's just going to water down boxing and boxing is going to become a farce, which I know some people are a bit concerned about.
I was going to say, I think that's the biggest concern is where you've got professional boxers fighting YouTubers now and not knocking them the fuck out like within 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Because one of my favourite things
Tommy
is...
Fury, for one.
Well, yeah. So you've heard of Cole Frock, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, because where's he from?
He's from East Midlands somewhere.
But he's been saying for ages, I'll get in with any of the Pauls, Jake or Logan, and I'll spark him out within 10 seconds. Cause
and he's in his 40s as well.
Yeah, but he's like, because I'm not playing that game where you give me 20 million quid and I dance around with you for 6 rounds and make you look good. I'm going to go in there, I'm going to spark you. That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah.
I want to see a boxer like that goes in, look, I've been retired 10 years, I'll hop in with you. And I'll smash you around the ring for a round just for a bit of entertainment, and then I'll drop you on your ass. Because that's how I think it should be. Put them in their place. I've never been the world's biggest boxing fan, but over the years, boxing has been one of the most massive sports, in the world, and the heavyweight titles particularly have been the thing. But I just kind of like the idea that some of these people have trained with no intention of being boxing professionals, got that good that they end up doing it for a living, and now they can't. They'll never be on the headline of a bill now because they've got, 2 YouTubers cuddling each other in the ring for 25 minutes. Do you know what I mean? It's just, I think it's a shame for people who've gone up, have done the hard knocks and gone, through the route of sport to only then end up like third on a card of a YouTuber fight. So
yeah, it's modern life, Baz, that. Your following precedes everything. It's like
it was earlier,
when we had Emma Nicolai on.
Yeah,
she was saying that she's gone to social media. She used to be a radio presenter, and she's now putting all her efforts into social media now, so that she can go back into radio because she's got a huge following.
Yeah,
because that's what they do. So radio and TV presenters now come from people who've got loads of social media followings because they bring an audience with them.
Mad, isn't it?
And it's the same thing with boxing. That's all that is.
Yeah.
That's just, instead of boxers working their way up and the best fighting the best, this is now how many people can we get to pay to buy a pay-per-view boxing match. It doesn't have to be boxers. It can be anyone. It's just people who've got loads of people who'd be willing to shell out their money to watch it on TV.
It's odd, though, isn't it? They seem to have focused on boxing rather than any other sort of sport. Why not fencing or fucking tennis or something? Do you know what I mean? That's a random one, but it's the same, isn't it?
Mate, I would love to see KSI and Jake Paul fencing.
Yeah, it'd be great, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
But without...
Not the sport, putting up a fence.
Yes.
Right, so that's us done with our mildly controversial opinions. So we're going to have a little bit of a quiz, or 2 quizzes.
Yes.
You're going to do one, and then I'll do one, and we'll find out the scores, and we'll see who the winner is.
Yes,
so you're going to ask me. You're going to ask. I'll keep a track of that, Baz. Don't you worry. So you're going to ask me 10 questions. I'll ask you 10 questions, and we'll see who wins.
Cool. Right.
All right.
So look. So I've got a list of 10 sports here, but alongside I'm going to read you 2, and you got to guess which is the actual sport.
Okay.
Of the 2.
Oh, 50-50. I like this one.
So the first one is simply: is eating a sport or is plate spinning a sport?
I think plate spinning's a sport.
It's not. It's eating.
Oh, Baz.
So I should have said competitive eating, but I didn't want to give you the whole thing. So
I knew competitive eating was.
Yes.
I don't know why I didn't do that.
So yes, eating is a sport, and there are professionals, and there's a governing body. I've checked.
It's really good to watch as well. By
yeah,
the
it's
way.
mental as well.
Yeah.
I have checked. So I've checked all the non-sports to make sure that there is no association. So I had to Google all of them.
Very good, mate.
Yes.
I like this.
Well,
I like the amount of preparation work you've done for this one.
I didn't want someone in the comments going, "Oh, yeah, but I'm a plate spinner and I compete for Bratislava or whatever it is."
I'm a professional plate spinner.
Yeah, exactly. Right, the next one, number 2. So, is wife carrying a sport or is not tying a sport?
Wife carrying is a sport.
You
I'm
know,
aware of this. It's kind of an Eastern European thing, isn't it?
Well, so the world champions of Finland.
Oh, right.
So
okay.
yes, I just
That's European.
yes,
Anyway.
it is. Yes, so it's still wife carrying. So yeah, it's basically carry your wife over a distance for the quickest time.
Yeah, it's racing other gentlemen with their wives on their backs.
Exactly.
Isn't it? That's what it is. But does it have to be your wife, or does it have to be a wife?
I'm assuming it has to be your wife, surely.
Well, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I mean, my wife was a competitive swimmer.
Yeah.
So she's really heavy.
Yeah.
So I want to go and get some 6-stone jockey of a wife.
I'd guess that it's one of those things that's genetically disposed for some couples to be good. So imagine Thor and who's like, Thor Bjornus or whatever his name is, and his wife weighs like 6 stone. So he could literally carry her on his arm.
I don't reckon he'll be that quick,
Yeah.
though. I tell you what, do you know what? It'd be power to weight ratio,
Yeah,
which is good in that
yeah,
sport. Like climbers.
Yes.
Climbers, wiry fuckers that are really strong.
Yeah.
They'd be really good
Yeah,
at
there
that.
you go. Right, number 3. Beer pong or knee sliding?
Oh, that's tremendous, man. I think there will be a beer pong federation. I'm saying it qualifies because of that.
There are also professional beer pong players.
Wow.
Have you? So
I've missed my calling in life, Baz.
I love beer pong.
I'm reconsidering my life choices as we speak.
Well, as a group of friends, we love beer pong. So whenever we have house parties, beer pong's always there. Like between us, we bought a beer pong table and all the kit, and also it's listed down as the rules for beer pong or whatever you want them to be as in your house rules.
Yes.
So there are official rules, but so if I'm running the tournament on my house, it's my rules. Because some people say you can't bounce, some people say you can swipe.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that sounds like the no spinning rule on table football.
Exactly. There you go.
But
But
excellent. Right.
Right.
2 out of 3.
Yes.
I like this.
Number 4, camel jumping or vertical javelin.
Oh. See, camel jumping, is that like camel jumping like horse jumping? Or is that jumping over camels?
I think it is. I think it's usually like with horse jumping. I think it's the same.
I don't think camels can jump. Vertical javelin sounds insane, but you can kind of...
It's how high you throw it, yeah.
You can imagine that.
Yeah.
As ludicrous as it sounds, Baz, I'm going for vertical javelin.
It is camel jumping.
Oh, Jesus.
And that takes place in the Yemen where the World Championships are held.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
And that cracker joke was brought to you by Mike Snedden.
I think you'll get the next one. So, is toe wrestling a sport or is sword swallowing a sport?
Toe wrestling is a sport.
Yes. There you go.
Yes. Again, that's one of those words that, there's been something, remember that show, Trans World Sport?
Yes.
That's definitely been on there one
There you
time.
go.
Definitely.
World champions from England, of all places.
Good. Yes. Because we're shit at cricket again now, so good that we've got toe wrestling back.
So it's based loosely on the on arm wrestling, but obviously with toes. I think you've got to just turn people's toes over or sideways, or whatever. But I couldn't make head nor tail of it. It's a very confusing sport. Right, here's one then. This is so window cleaning or chess boxing.
I'm going to say chess boxing. I like the sound of that.
It's fucking mental. But yes, so you have to play chess and then you have to box in between. I think it's in between moves.
That's amazing. Baz, that's just become my new favourite sport.
Yeah.
Just on the sound of it.
So once again, I tried to find out a bit about it, but there's not a lot there other than it being a sport. But window cleaning, there is competitions for it as well.
There is competitions, yeah.
Yes.
I know.
Right, number 7. Dung loading or underwater hockey?
I think I might have seen underwater hockey. I'm going to say underwater hockey.
You're right.
Yes! I think I've seen that on one of those weird programmes as well.
Once again, champions of the world, England.
Brilliant. Nice one. Like I say, cricket's gone to shit, so we've got underwater hockey and toe wrestling.
All right.
Love it.
So you'll have to make of this one what you will. Horseboarding or egg balancing?
Ooh. I love the idea of, I know it's not this, but I love the idea of horses surfing and that being horseboarding. I'm going to go for egg balancing.
No, it's horseboarding.
Oh!
So it doesn't involve the horses being on the boards. The horses run around a track with a tow rope and then someone on a grass board going through a slalom.
Brilliant.
So it's horse and man and board.
I've
actually seen it live as well.
That's like wakeboarding.
Yes.
But like medieval.
I wanted to get this at the game fair because I loved it. It's just one of those things. And there are, like regional qualifiers then go to national championships. But yeah, basically they go around a zigzagging course with a horse dragging someone on a grass board.
I want to go.
It's brilliant. Right, the next one is shin kicking or gift wrapping.
I think shin kicking.
This is too obvious. I try to think of putting something next to it that was even more. Once again, world champions England.
Yay! Shin kicking, toe wrestling, yes. And what was the other one? Underwater hockey.
Underwater hockey.
Smashing it. Go England.
But that's so shin kicking is basically, see, the slapping now that people do. I think it's on the same terms as that. Is that you get a free?
I'd be so bad at shin kicking. My shins are so sensitive.
Yeah,
if I tap them against something, I'm down.
I'd want to go first.
Do you know what? I want to go first and then immediately retire.
Exactly. Oh, I'm out. You win.
You win. I don't care. I'm going now. Bye.
Right, the last one, number 10.
Last one. Yes.
So, is extreme ironing or coin balancing a sport?
I know extreme ironing exists, but is it a sport? I've seen extreme ironing. Extreme ironing, I'm just trying to think how it could be a sport. 'Cause as far as I know, extreme ironing is just photographing yourself with an iron and an ironing board in a really weird place, like on a mountain or dangling off something and things like that. But and what was the other one?
Coin balancing.
Oh, coin balancing. See, that sounds like there's more of a competitive element in that one. I'm going to say coin balancing.
Wrong. It's the other one.
Oh, extreme ironing. I knew it existed.
So, as far as I could tell, they've taken it from what you've just said of showing where you are to actually like getting two people to like shit up the side of a mountain and iron a pair of trousers whilst.
Wow. And I hope the quality of the ironing is assessed and incorporated into the sport, into the score.
Yeah, but you'd want some. What's the hardest thing to iron? Probably a good shirt fully.
So your linen shirt.
Yeah, there you go.
A linen shirt. That's
bastards. They have a standard linen shirt which you have to take, and then you get judged on that all the way down.
That's it. So you might have got up there, done it, and got back quicker. But your ironing was shit.
Yeah,
so
you've missed off the shoulders, haven't you?
Brilliant, right? I make that 6 out of 10, Baz.
Yeah, you did well, mate.
Yes, right. So your quiz
Okay.
is also 50-50. But basically, I'm calling this Team or Dream.
Oh God.
So
Tottenham.
I've got a list of 10 American sports teams,
Oh, I love this.
and you've got to tell me whether they are a team or did I dream them up?
Cool. Team or
Yes.
dream?
Well, I've shoehorned a rhyme into that with Team or Dream. Okay, Baz. I'm going to give you the option to you pick a number from 1 to 10, so that I don't have to go in and ordering it. And
Yes.
the way you pick them, there could be 4 legit ones.
Okay.
In a row or not. Whereas I'd be tempted to try and mix it up a bit. So
Got you.
I want you to give me a number between 1 and 10.
5.
Okay, 5. Is this a team, or did I dream it up?
Okay.
The Albuquerque Murder Turkeys. So the Albuquerque Murder Turkeys, which is the funnest one on the list to say. I'll give you
I
that.
like it.
The Albuquerque Murder Turkeys.
Oh God. I'm just gonna go along the routes of. It sounds too much like you found a rhyme, so I'm gonna go for you. It's a dream.
It is a dream. I made that one up. Very well done, Baz.
Because I was trying to think of a sport which that could be, and there's only 4 to choose from, obviously. So
There's only 4 sports in the world, Baz. You know this. Because we're in our American heads now.
Number 7.
Number 7
Seven.
is... 7? Number 7 is the Roland Waddlers.
Oh, it's a nice name. I can't even think what waddling is. So I'm going to go... It's a guess. I'm going to go for is a team.
It is a team.
Yes, not a dream. It's an actual team.
Okay. Congratulations, Baz. I've sneaked the Spurs through.
Oh, God.
You knew there would be a Spurs there. And there is.
They call them Roland Waddlers?
No.
Okay.
Chris Waddle's middle name is Roland.
Oh, okay. There you go.
He's called Christopher Roland Waddle, and I've called the team the Roland Waddlers. So there you go.
So you've made them up.
Nice. So I got that one. I made that up.
Tottenham,
Baz.
that's the answer.
Yeah, I made that up. Right. Okay. So 1 to 10, not 5 or 7. 5 or 7.
Number 2.
Number 2, the Montgomery Biscuits.
Oh, God. What the hell would Montgomery Biscuits be if it was a team anyway? I'm guessing in America there's a place called Montgomery. They're known for biscuits, and that's a sports team.
The Montgomery Biscuits are a minor league baseball team.
Oh, there you go.
They're a AA affiliate of Tampa Bay Rays, whatever the fuck that means.
Yes. Someone let us know.
And they're in Montgomery, Alabama.
Right, okay. And presumably they're famous for biscuits down that part of the world.
I've no idea, Baz, and frankly, no interest. Right.
Right.
Okay, you got that one right. So
Number 8, please.
Number 8 is the Scottsdale Fighting Artichokes.
Oh, God, that's a great name. So Scottsdale's a golf course. Ergo, it's probably an area. Fighting Artichokes.
I'll give you a clue, Baz. They're all places.
Yeah, okay.
Apart from Roland.
Well, it could be. Yeah, but I thought Roland was a place. So
That was the idea.
yes, and you won. I'm going to go for it is a team.
The Scottsdale Community College Fighting Artichokes is a team, Baz.
What do they do?
They are a college athletics team established in 1969 in Scottsdale, Arizona.
So there's no reference to why they're called the Artichokes.
No.
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 Okay.
So you got that one as well. God, you're doing very well. Right.
I'm going to go for number 3, please.
Number 3 is the Quakertown Shoe Buckles.
Oh, God. That sounds... The Quakers wear those old shoes, don't they, with stockings that have got a big buckle on them. Team.
That's incorrect, Baz. Quakertown is a place, but I went through the logic that you went through to come up with the name Shoe Buckles. So there we go. The Quakertown Shoe Buckles were made up.
I think I've got 6 available, haven't I?
You do have 6 available,
Yes.
and 6 is the Santa Cruz Banana Slugs.
Oh, mate. You've either found some amazing names or you've made up some amazing names.
It's an amazing name. It's definitely an amazing name.
So the Santa Cruz Banana what's?
The Santa Cruz Banana Slugs.
Baseball team.
They are indeed a team, Baz. The Santa Cruz Banana Slugs are a college athletics team established in 1974 out of Santa Cruz, California. Here's an interesting fact about the Santa Cruz Banana Slugs, Baz.
Yep.
I have a photo on this phone of the film Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
And you know in Pulp Fiction when Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta have to get changed out of their suits because they get covered with Marvin's brain?
Yes.
John Travolta is wearing a Santa Cruz Banana Slugs
I'm
t-shirt.
going to go and find that.
There you go.
Well, perhaps you could bug it up like when it's in the podcast. Yes.
I'll show you
Yes.
now because I do have a photo of it.
That's amazing.
I don't know how well it's...
No,
There you
no. Yeah. That's good.
go. Santa Cruz Banana Slugs.
That is correct.
Excellent
That is
work, Baz.
really good.
Okay, so you've got 1, 4, 9 or 10.
I'm going to go for 10.
Number 10 is the Richmond Flying Squirrels.
For fuck's sake. Sounds like a team, but then your brain would go, that sounds like a team. So either way, I'm slightly at odds. It sounds too much like a team, so I'm going to guess it's not a team and you dreamed it up.
It is a team, Baz.
Mate.
The Richmond Flying Squirrels are a minor league baseball team. They are AA affiliates of San Francisco Giants.
What does that mean?
Established... I have no idea. They were established in 209? They were in the year 209. They're a very, very old team, aren't they, Baz? They were established in 2009 in Richmond, Virginia. Okay?
Yeah,
Perfect.
cool.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
so I never trust your brain because you go, that's. I've made up something that sounds like a team.
absolutely. Right. You've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, you need 1 out of the next 3 to draw, 2 out of the next 3 to win.
Okay.
Okay, so 1, 4 or 9?
I'm going to go for number 4, please.
Number 4 is the Binghamton Rumble Ponies.
Did you Google the weirdest sports teams in the world?
Yes.
There you go. Read that out to me again.
The Binghamton Rumble Ponies.
I think that's my favourite team you've read out tonight. I'm going to...
I've got to say, Albuquerque Murder Turkeys is my favourite.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly my favourite to say. Binghamton Rumble Ponies were on there.
I think it's... that polo's quite big in the States, so I'm going to go for it's a polo team.
Okay. It's not a polo team, but it is a team.
Oh, right.
The Binghamton Rumble Ponies are a minor league baseball team.
What?
They're a AA affiliate of the New York Mets, established in 2017 in Binghamton, New York. Okay, Baz. So it's a tie.
Yes.
Or a draw, if you're English.
Yes.
So you've got 2 opportunities here
Number 1 or number
to
9,
win.
is it?
You've got number 1 or number 9.
Right, I'm going to go for number 9, please.
Number 9 is the Wichita Kingboat Willies.
Now, would your brain have gone to that far to have made up something like that? Because this is the test now, isn't it? This is the test of whether you went, oh, I'm going to make up an incredible sounding team. The Wichita Boat Willies.
The Wichita Kingboat Willies.
The Kingboat Willies. I think you've made that up.
You're correct, Baz. I have made that up.
That's genius. How the fuck did you come up with that?
Do you know how I came up with that, Baz?
Go on.
What you talk about, Willis? I saw Wichita and filled the rest in.
Oh, that is genius. I'm not even going to lie. I'm sad I got it right, but I'm also glad that you had a chance to read it out. The Wichita
Kingboat Willies.
Oh, mate, that's so good. That is so good.
I don't even mind losing.
We need to make that a team, though. That's
The
so
Wichita
good.
King about Willies. What you talk about, Willies?
Let's have a listen to one anyway. That's not.
Uh,
It's in a zero.
Number one, Baz, your final one is Brimfield Bush Babies.
Team, don't care.
It's not a team. Brimfield is a place. I don't know where. I just went into Google Maps and for the ones I made up.
Yeah.
So, Baz, you win the Sports Challenge 7-6. Congratulations, my friend.
I would like, though, because in the spirit of fair play, for you to get an extra point for what you're talking about with this. Because I think that alone should just get a point for you. I don't care.
Oh yeah. And do you know what? I'll take your charity, and it's a 7-7 draw.
Should
Well
do,
done.
because I think that's genius. That's worth it. Hey, you should get a point for the fact that I didn't even realise that's what it was.
There you go.
I don't care.
It was hidden in play. It was hidden though.
That is so good. That is so good.
Wichita King Boat Willie.
That's
there
so
you go.
good.
If you say it slowly, you
And
get
anybody
where
who
I
doesn't
like it.
understand that reference is from Different Strokes, right?
It's from Different Strokes in off of the 80s.
The 80s. Brilliant.
Excellent. What a way to finish, Baz. Thanks. Look, thanks for suggesting we do a sports edition. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. A combination of mildly controversial opinions and daft quiz at the end. I quite
Stupidity,
like
yes.
that. That could definitely be repeated.
I do think that you need to put something at the start, though, saying don't be put off by the fact that this is a sports thing.
No,
Cause,
absolutely.
it's very little sports.
Oh yeah. But I'll time travel.
Yes.
That's quite a good thing to do. That
By
I'll do
the
a bit.
medium.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So, look, Baz, thanks for coming up with the idea of a sports edition. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It was excellent, and hope people at home enjoyed it. Let us know in the comments, or send us an email to mildlypodcast@gmail.com, or go to the Facebook page at facebook.com/mildlypod.
Or even find us on our own Facebook pages or whatever and socials and let us know on there
Yeah.
if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, go to Baz's, not mine.
Yeah, go yours as well.
Right, thanks everybody for listening, and we will see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye.